Welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight. Thank you once again for joining us here. I'm Catherine Nero alongside Jeremy Schrand, fresh off a 47-day tour, a cruise. Yes, exactly. Marketing and Communications Director of the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. Welcome back, first of all.
Thank you. I mean, I'm still moving from the ship. It feels like the chamber's rocking.
I know, it is. There's a lot going on. First of all, we want to thank you for joining us. Subscribe, if you will, please, and share this so folks know this is happening. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, especially. We want to thank our title sponsor, CVG, as always, our studio sponsor, the L&N Federal Credit Union, and we're back after a week off, but we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today, and something really that'll affect a lot of folks out there. We're focusing on entrepreneurship, among other things. It's going to be great today. Tell us about our guests.
Yes, Roger Babick and Megan Jackson are here from Master Provisions. We also have Marilyn Baker from Yankee Doodle Deli.
I know,
we
every
talked
time.
about it, that we were going to mess that up.
I said, how many times are we going to say
Deli?
Doodle? Yeah, Yankee Doodle Deli.
And her amazing pretzel line that we have in front of you here, so you can get hungry if you're watching on Facebook.
And if you're not, you'll hear us eat them later, if you're not.
And then also we got Britt Fitzpatrick from Triad. She's going to talk about their new entrepreneurial program.
Really important for a lot of folks.
It's a really, really cool program. We'll hear all about that today. It's going to be a great show.
Okay, so it's something for everybody. Stick with us. We'll be right back. First, though, let's get a little word from our studio sponsor.
Sometimes life is hectic. Choosing a mortgage lender shouldn't be. The L&N 5-5 Mortgage offers competitive rates, no PMI, and up to 100% financing. That's a mortgage that comes with peace of mind. Whether you're purchasing a new home or refinancing, you'll feel right at home with L&N. We're local, trusted, and we'll be here for you even after your closing. Call 800-292-2905 and get started on your 5-5 mortgage. L&N Federal Credit Union. Welcome home.
And welcome back to Northern Kentucky Spotlight. Right now we're going to talk about Giving Tuesday and the impact of nonprofits. And again, as we mentioned before, Roger Babick and Megan Jackson from Master Provisions are both here. So Roger, let's talk with you. Tell us about Master Provisions. What is it? What its mission is?
Excellent. Thanks, Catherine. We're a 25-year young nonprofit based in Florence, and our heart is to feed the hungry, clothe the poor, and care for at-risk children. And we do that by collecting large quantities of food and other supplies, getting it to nonprofit partners, and then it's distributed out to 43,000 people in the case of food. So we send out trucks every day, bring back about 15,000 pounds of fruits, vegetables, bread, and meats. And that goes on to people who are fighting hunger issues so that they can help hopefully be lifted out of poverty and show Christ's love to them in a very practical way.
You just mentioned poverty, and just this week the state statistics came out saying that 22% of Kentucky's young people are living below the poverty line, and so many kids are in foster care, a record number and all of that. So that's obviously something we hear a lot about. So tell us about how Master Provisions plays a role in helping these statistics.
Sure, and you may have heard too that $500 million has been spent in Greater Cincinnati in the fight versus poverty. And many of the well-known organizations like Brighton Center are involved, and they also rely on us as a food source that we can get food to them to reduce their overall operating costs, so then they can invest the money that they would have been spending on food in their core mission activities. It might be jobs training, it may be addiction recovery services, it may just be hunger relief, so that we can have a part in lifting people out of poverty in Northern Kentucky and Greater Cincinnati.
So Megan, let's bring you into this conversation.
Yeah,
and Roger mentioned like the nutritious foods, like the fruits and vegetables. Why are those so important?
Right, absolutely. And I think we all know why that is so important, but just something that I witnessed back in my Covington Independent School days as a family resource center, just so many times children and families coming in hungry. And a lot of times they're getting the easy things, sure, things that you can hand out that's shelf stable, that's going to last in their homes for a long time. And those students are having a hard time concentrating when it's full of preservatives and sugar. So those nutritious foods are essential. And also the chronic health epidemic, of children just really, it's hitting our children hard, type 2 diabetes and so forth. So absolutely so important.
Also, Giving Tuesday is coming up.
Yes.
And we all know about Giving Tuesday, but for somebody who doesn't know about Giving Tuesday, tell us about it.
Giving Tuesday, I mean, how much more exciting can it get, right? So, an opportunity to hear what your community is doing, what the world is doing to help others, you know. And as a faith-based organization, there is nothing more important to us than to share the love and compassion, and during a season when gratitude is top of our list, right? So we are thankful for the blessings that we have received, and Giving Tuesday is an opportunity for nonprofits to share what they're doing in their community to lift others. So Master Provisions is just a small piece of that.
And so when you think of Giving Tuesday, a lot of us think of giving money, let's be fair. But if there is, what else do you guys need as far as volunteers or anything like that? What are you looking for?
Sure, volunteers are at the very heart of what we do. 2,200 volunteers carried our operation during the last 12 months. So any weekday besides holidays between 9 and 12, show up at 9 o'clock. We'll have a little fun time. We'll have a little prayer time. We'll give you instructions. We'll work you like a slave. Not really. But then we'll feed you at 11:30. We feed our volunteers. We have tremendous volunteer retention because we take great care of our volunteers. And if weekdays don't work, the second Saturday of the month we offer opportunities. And the last Saturday of the month we go to Ludlow and Covington to get food to people in need at the Isaiah House Mobile Food Pantries.
And where are you guys located?
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. Yes, we're in Ellesmere with a Florence mailing address. We have an identity crisis.
Then we know exactly where you are.
We serve everybody. Boone,
We understand.
We make everybody happy.
That's all right.
Excellent.
So if someone wants to volunteer, get involved, where do they go? Website?
Yes, they can go to our website, find out all about that, and just come on out to Ellesmere.
That's right. And
we'll
like
put
us on
to work.
social media, so there's opportunities all the time posted on social media, so a great way to get connected.
Excellent. Okay. Well, before we let you go, we've got the monthly question, and it is Small Business Month at the Chamber. So what is that one Northern Kentucky small business you can't live without?
I love pork. It looks like it too. Smoking this and that barbecue. Guy, he donates to our volunteers once a month. He's got the best pulled pork around. He supports militaries, veterans.
Nice.
He gives to a lot of causes. And I believe in supporting Guy Cummins and Smoking This and That, a great small business worthy of your support, and we love him at Master Provisions.
Now you're making us hungry.
I know, and I was really torn between two because I'm a fashion girl and I love my snooty fox, but these pretzels are to die for. So if you do not know Yankee Doodle pretzels and Zell's and Marilyn Baker, you need to find them.
I'm about ready to open one.
Can I join you?
Yes, absolutely. Good answers on both counts. I feel like it's a very food-based answer or beverage-based answer over the last several
That
weeks.
tends to happen with both.
Yes, it
both
does.
these
It's this time of
questions,
day,
so
I think, is what
yeah.
it is. Well, guys, thank you so much, and
you
good
very
luck
much.
Thanks,
this
Catherine.
holiday season and for all you're doing. We appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, we have
Thank you.
2 weeks of headlines to catch up on. We'll get you the big ones here coming up, so stay with us here on the Northern Kentucky Spotlight. CVG Airport is the lowest fare airport in the tri-state region with 54 nonstop flights and direct international service to 7 destinations, including Paris, France, and now home to both DHL's and Amazon's global cargo hubs. The airport is furthering its position as leader in aviation and is deeply committed to being an economic driver for the community. You can learn more and start your next adventure at cvgairport.com. And welcome back to Northern Kentucky Spotlight. We have all kinds of headlines to get to. Number one, we have a new governor as of the last time we were here. Officially now, Andy Beshear is the governor of Kentucky, and he has named five Northern Kentuckians to his transition team. Now, so of course, this is for the transition. This isn't his cabinet, but so State Representative Dennis Keene is on the Public Protection Cabinet transition team. Fort Thomas Independent School Superintendent Karen Chester, who was former guest here on our podcast.
Yep, and she's involved with Leadership Northern Kentucky.
There
as well.
you go. And she's on the Education and Workforce Development
on our board.
Cabinet. There you go. She does everything.
Yeah,
Karen Chester does. She's really busy. Now that I'm thinking
Super
about
busy.
it. Carl Owens, a former Mitchell attorney, is Health and Family Services Cabinet. Campbell County Commonwealth's Attorney Michelle Snodgrass is on the Justice and Public Safety Cabinet. Lance Lucas from Union Labor Cabinet, and Covington Mayor Joe Meyer is the honorary co-chair of the inauguration. So we'll be well represented. We've talked about representation down in Frankfort. This is a good opportunity for Northern Kentucky to shine there.
Yes. Also, St. Elizabeth CEO Karen Colvin was appointed to a statewide board, the Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky. It's a 3-year term, and it's singled out for the partnerships he's formed with the community while leading St. Elizabeth and all that great stuff that they have, like
it's
some
really
behavioral and the doTERRA stuff with the cancer
Thomas
center,
More,
and
all of
Thomas
that.
More, and all the great stuff that they're doing, and the NKU partnership.
We could go on for a while on this one.
Yeah.
This next story I love because this shows, frankly, how Northern Kentucky can cut through the red tape and get stuff done where Cincinnati is still waiting to do it. And that's BB Riverboats. They just christened River's Edge, which is a new state-of-the-art. It's a riverboat that doesn't move. Okay, so it's like the old Riverboat Row in Newport. It is an event center, so 225 people. This is going to be perfect for weddings and proms and all of that sort of stuff.
We've even had some sneak
peek you have. Oh, very nice. So it coincides with the 40th anniversary of BB Riverboats, the 20th anniversary of their big boat, the Belle of Cincinnati, and it's there's very few down on the river facilities like this. I mean, other than the aquariums place, this is it, and this is gigantic. So this will be great to see there.
New Frontier flight at CVG.
Yes.
Really, you should be talking about this.
I
You got to go on it.
I did. So this was a weird day. Last Friday was the first flight, direct flight from Frontier from CVG to New Orleans. We flew down and back. We had bourbon balls here and pralines down there. So it was a good day for me.
Yes.
But nonetheless, it was, what's cool about it is, and in talking with Candace McGraw, and of course CVG is one of our sponsors here, is Candace McGraw, the CEO of CVG, basically said Frontier needs the credit for starting this low-cost trend. 10 years ago, CVG had the highest fares in all of the land, like one of the top 5 in the country. We are now much, much lower in this region, and so she says Frontier is a big part of that. This is their 21st direct flight, so it goes down on Friday and back on Monday. Guys, it's perfect for New Orleans.
It is perfect, and let me just say right now, I was just on vacation, just went through CVG. I flew to Fort Lauderdale. CVG is so much better.
Okay, anecdotally, so we fly to New Orleans. We flew into, it's a brand new, not a new airport, but a new terminal of the airport.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are the plugs? I can't find
Right.
water
Right.
fountain. I'm like, you can't find.
You take it for granted.
You do.
Like, it's so the CVG is just so amazing.
We are very lucky.
It's nice, wide open. You have plenty of places to see. Like Fort Lauderdale, there are like people on top of people on top of people there, and it's always under construction. And all the signs, like each time we go there, I feel like they just change the year on the sign.
Yeah, like now-
coming in 2022,
Yeah.
coming in 2024.
It's like new construction on 71
Yeah.
for a while there. All right, so nonetheless, yay CVG. And by the way, you can get flights for as low as $29 to New Orleans. Just throwing that out there. Greater Cincinnati Fund got a huge donation, the biggest ever, $18 million from the family of James and Ann Nethercott for a fund in their names. He was a former P&G bigwig. It's for use on some very specific things for in this region on educational improvement, community and racial harmony, government responsibility, workforce, early childhood development, and responsible journalism.
Also, the Boone County Superintendent Randy Poe announced his retirement. It's going to be effective June 30th, so he's going to go through the rest of the school year. He's been in the district for 37 years, and then superintendent for 12. That's a while. He's got some history there.
He does.
And he's seen the district through this massive growth that's going on out in Boone County, and it's now Kentucky's highest performing large
Diversified
school district. Sorry.
And then also great news, speaking of money coming in, for Welcome House of Northern Kentucky just today. And you were the one who informed me of this
Yes,
one. It's the
we
Day
found
One
out about it.
Families Fund Grant.
Yeah, it just came out today. They just released it today. It's a lot of the workforce issues around here. We're worried about this Amazon effect. What's going to happen when Amazon's going to come to town? But
Amazon came to town with this one.
Amazon's going to come to town in other ways as well. So that was really, really great news for them. $1.25 million. That's a lot.
Yeah. So this is from the Jeff Bezos Foundation. It's called Day One Families Funds. Only one of 32 in the country that got this, so good news for them. Tonight, I'm headed here after this, the Fabulous First Hotel Covington combination 30th anniversary fun special. So that will be lovely. And so Donna Salyer's, of course, a huge stalwart in this community, although tiny. Just an amazing, amazing person who's done just a bunch of good for this area. So we're happy to celebrate her.
Yep. It's time for my cruise roundup. I mean, just chamber roundup.
Yes, the cruise roundup.
Cruise roundup.
Tell us about all the food you ate, Jeremy.
Yeah, you don't even know. You'd just be jealous. So the ribbon cuttings. It's been ribbon cutting season around the chamber. We had another slew of them. Results now. Pivot Realty, they have a new office. Holiday Inn Express, AT&T Live Mobile. Rudler opened up a new office. A new CBD store, Your CBD store, which is a new store, opened up as well. And then we actually even had a groundbreaking this week too, the Victorian at Riverside. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has just been crazy, but it's slowly coming to an end because people don't like to do their ribbon cuttings when it gets cold out. I was going to say,
like, this is probably, you don't want to turn dirt in December.
The CBD store was our last ribbon cutting.
Gotcha.
Until after the first of the year.
Okay.
So it'll slow down a little bit. Upcoming events, we have a great HR 100 coming up. Is creative employee branding. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a great, and those are always well attended by all of our HR folks. We have a joint social happy hour with the CBC on 11/21. And then 11/25, the government forum is back, and they're talking the vaping epidemic in Northern Kentucky and the facts and solutions and all about how we're going to keep the teenagers from picking up those vape
It's tough,
pens.
I'll tell you, and it starts before teenagers, unfortunately, sometimes in middle school. So we look forward to that. And I hope you will stay with us because you will look forward to this. We are talking with Marilyn Baker coming up from Yankee Doodle Deli. I did it right.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about second chance workers, so stick with us.
Did you know the Northern Kentucky Chamber can help celebrate your business's grand opening, reopening, or new location with a ribbon cutting? To take advantage of this member benefit, contact the Chamber at 859-578-8800 and ask for Lynn Boleyn.
And welcome back to Northern Kentucky Spotlight. You can see, first of all, our set decorations today. You're just taking it. What do you got? Citrus cells?
Citrus ones.
I do like the citrus ones. I like those and this. What am I saying? I like them all. I haven't had a Zell that I don't like. The Zells are the pretzels from Marilyn Baker and Yankee Doodle Deli. So first of all, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. And I come bearing gifts. So let's get these out of the way.
Yay!
This is my first gift for Jeremy.
Oh, look, it's even personalized.
Ooh, yeah.
Personalize it. And
I love the
then,
branding.
what do you think
Keep
yours
it
is going to
branded.
say?
I hope it's the same. Oh, yay!
So
Thank you
love
so
Catherine
much.
Jarrett. So
Oh,
those are for
well, we
you to
love
take
you
home,
guys.
and these are for you to eat here.
Oh, this is you are one of our favorites in our family, and I'm not
Thank
just
you.
saying that. But it's not just because these are delicious, but in hearing about the rest of your story, it's amazing too. So let's start there. You were a speech pathologist, and you end up making pretzels. Explain this transition.
I don't know exactly what happened. Be careful what you ask for. But I still do a little speech pathology. I keep my license active through
good.
St. Elizabeth Home Health. But I just started making pretzels. When my dog Yankee Doodle died, that's where the name came from. She was my Sheltie, and like any dog lover, we love our dogs. When they pass, it's very dramatic. So I cooked. I just cooked, and I brought things into my friends at Drake, and all of a sudden they're saying we want make this, make a lasagna. So I was doing healthy alternatives to fast food. Well, that just got out of control because you're not supposed to sell on campus. I got in trouble. I'm a goody two-shoes, so I got in trouble, and that was traumatic. So I stopped doing everything except the pretzels. So for a couple of weeks, we would meet my coworkers out in the parking lot at Kroger's up near Drake, and we'd roll down our windows at 6:45 because nurses go to work at 7. We'd roll down the windows. We'd exchange a bag, and the money went back.
So it's like a drug deal,
We were
except
drug-
it's pretzels.
Except it's pretzels, but I never had to explain that. Thank
Good
goodness.
for you.
So that went on for just a few weeks because I arrived at work an hour before I needed to be there. So I went to the gift shop at Drake and I said, would you all pick up these pretzels as a fundraiser for the auxiliary? And they were all about that. So that I had to get UPC codes, I had to get a commercial kitchen, I couldn't iron the bags with my clothes iron anymore, I couldn't seal, I had to have a sealer. So it just opened up a whole bag of worms, but opportunities that has just been exciting. So I'm the chief pretzel lady instead of a
Yes,
speech language.
I love the chief pretzel lady. It's the best title.
That's what they call me. So
of anyone who's come on the show lately.
That's right.
can't be to join them, right?
So what are you passionate about?
Well, as Catherine mentioned, second chance workers. I really
Yeah.
think with my background in speech pathology, I have a special ed degree as well as a speech pathology degree. I love mentoring people. So when I can get some second chance workers, I work very closely with the Point and Life Learning Center.
Awesome.
So if they've gone through Life Learning Center's 12-week program, they can streamline those folks over to me when they're ready for employment, and I can be a mentor. I can make sure that they get the work skills they need, and then I wish them well to move on to a full-time job, with benefits and something that could be a career for them. So I'm a stepping stone, and I know that, and it works. I can offer the flexibility. So sometimes my folks need to leave for a GED class at 2:00 in the afternoon. These things are inconvenient for a bigger company,
Right.
but I can do that. I can let them take time off for parole meetings, whatever. So it really works for me to do that. I just feel like if I can push them on a path of getting their lives turned around, it means a lot to me.
Is that maybe I don't want to lead the question here, but your favorite part of being an entrepreneur? You get to make the rules and decide who you get to help.
It is. That's definitely the passion. The other part, I just love meeting people. I mean, the opportunities I have gotten to go to places and see things that I would never have seen, and I just love that. I'm just a people person, and I love being out there. And, peddling pretzels, like you say, most people like them, so it's a pretty good gig.
So I'm going to bring it back down a little bit. What's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur?
Oh, the work. There's a lot of work. And you're responsible for everything. The orders have to be right. I just got a text now that we need to cook more honey for a big order. It's just so, it's problem solving, constant problem solving. But that's a challenge, too. It's hard, but it's doable, and it's a challenge.
So did you ever, obviously going into speech pathology, being an entrepreneur probably wasn't the top of your list. Was this ever a thought?
No.
Really?
No. I had an 8 to 5 job. I was doing just fine, no weekends. No, it truly just kind of came about as just being at Drake Center, just working at the Drake Center, and people said, "You've got something, you should try this." So it took me a long time. I didn't leave my day job for a while.
You mentioned you got them into the gift shop at Drake. Well, who is your ideal customer?
Well, again, we're fortunate that pretzels kind of go with everything, So bars, restaurants that don't have bars that don't have a full kitchen. So Rheingeist, Brianza Winery, they're a very good customer. So they don't have a kitchen. So caterers, Delish Dish orders our pretzels and puts them in the box lunches. I know the Chamber's had a number of Delish Dish catered lunches. Yep, the box lunches are great. And Butler's Pantry, so high-end sandwich shops, Coffee Emporium across the river, Jungle Jim's. So ideal customer, anybody who wants upscale pretzels. Now, if somebody's looking for just run-of-the-mill pretzel, convenience store, we're not going to be a match. But if they want something unique, and we say our flavors are unique, so I don't know if we went over the flavors.
Yeah, no, please do. Let's go especially for those who can't see. Tell us what we got.
Well, the one bag that's missing, we'll have to identify that.
Well,
It's citrus.
They can't see it on the audio podcast, but if you're on Facebook, we can see.
We can see it.
So let's go through your.
And I always do it in the order from the spiciest on down the line. So fiery, spicy, honey. Those three all have a little bit of spice or savoriness, and then cinnamon, citrus, and bourbon. Bourbon
Do you have a
made with
favorite?
Kentucky bourbon. People say that. Like, what's your favorite
It's
child?
like,
You don't have an answer. But when nobody's looking and I'm at the shop late, I'll do the honey.
Really?
I'll steal the honey
Okay.
from
Well,
them.
there you go.
So obviously, with these wonderful gift bags, you're
Yeah.
probably pretty busy at the holiday season.
This is our season for consumer gifts. During the year, it's retailers. I want people that order every couple weeks or whatever. But this time of year, I'm so grateful for the businesses that support us. We just got a huge order from a bank for 850 bags.
But what a good, nice little gift for customers and
great
clients,
Yeah, it's local, women-owned, local. We support Second Chance. We're Kentucky Proud. I don't believe I said that. So we bear the Kentucky Proud seal, and it's making jobs. So I've hired a couple people seasonally because we're getting really busy.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's
a good problem to have.
How many employees are you up to now?
We have 4. And
Okay,
I'd love to. I can't wait to the day where I can say twice that many, and I
Yeah.
can say we have 400 accounts instead of 200. Distribution. I want to grow so I can get to that point where I've got a distribution chain, and it's just.
Are you still making all the pretzels?
No.
Okay, good. Ooh, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, I do the bourbon. I do the bourbon, but my guys do the rest of it.
Good,
So
good.
I have staff to do the bagging and the sealing and.
Perfect. Now, what about how the chamber has helped you?
Oh my gosh, just the connections here. And they do utilize us for events. I've definitely been asked to bring in some pretzels, and they've been very supportive. A lot of the chamber members are supportive. Like I mentioned Brianza before, and Kramer's Market, they're very supportive of us. Davoo Park.
Yep.
I think
That's where I get mine.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's been a great account. Davoo Properties just ordered a whole bunch for the holidays.
Get out and get your Yankee Doodle deli pretzels.
You got
for
it.
the holidays. I highly recommend it. But before you leave, it's time for the monthly question.
No.
What is that one small business you can't live without?
Besides Yankee
I
Doodle.
know.
Yeah, besides your own.
I'm going to say something to offend anybody, so I think I'm just going to say I can't do without any of the businesses that carry our pretzels. How's that for
That's fair enough.
wimpy?
Very
That's fair enough.
diplomatic answer. Perfect.
That's diplomatic.
Well, thank you so much. Best of luck, and for taking time out during a busy holiday season to stop off here. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you joining us too. Keep with us, though. We got more coming your way. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. We're going to continue that conversation here coming up in just a little bit.
Did you know the Northern Kentucky Chamber can help celebrate your business's grand opening, reopening, or new location with a ribbon cutting? To take advantage of this member benefit, contact the Chamber at 859-578-8800 and ask for Lynn Boleyn.
All right, you're back.
Britt.
Really nice to meet you. And welcome back to Northern Kentucky Spotlight. We're going to continue our discussion about entrepreneurship right now. Britt Fitzpatrick is the Director of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Northern Kentucky Triad. So welcome, first of all, Britt.
Thank you for having me.
This is exciting. We just finished talking with, obviously, a great local entrepreneur.
Yes.
This is becoming, I mean, so many people I know have moved into this world or want to move into this
Yes.
world. So tell us about what you guys can do to kind of help those folks along.
Sure. So our job is really to be a connector, to connect to those mission critical resources. So that's your mentors, that's your community, it's your education programs or incubators or accelerators, capital if you're looking to expand, and of course, as we previously heard, customers and the talent that goes into helping you build out that company. So we have a map of resources in the community as well as outside of the region that we're able to connect entrepreneurs to in a very strategic way.
Excellent.
So you obviously partner with lots of organizations.
Yes.
Who are your partners? Who do you work with?
Yes, we have several partners throughout the community. So, NKU is a great partner, Gateway, CBG, St. Elizabeth, the programs like AVH and Square One, Renaissance Covington, so many partners throughout the community who are all doing great things in entrepreneurship.
So we just finished up Global Entrepreneurship Week. There is a focus for this. Why do you think that this is the way kind of the U.S. is going, and really globally as well?
Well, I think when we experienced some drastic changes in the economy with the recession, a lot of people realized that they had to be in a position to take control over their own future. And so I think that sparked a lot of interest in entrepreneurship as a solution. And then we started to see small businesses become really the job drivers, even in economic downturns. And so that sparked more thoughts around, well, how do we build communities around entrepreneurship? And it really shifted away from the coast to the rest of the country in cities like Covington that have these vibrant business communities. And now we have people like myself who are interested in really figuring out how you support and grow that.
So do you work with all types of entrepreneurs in small business, or are there like focus areas? Or I know UpTech used to be focused on like kind of that tech startup thing.
Absolutely. And I would say that's still a focus area. It's not the only focus area. So if you're talking about those tech-driven startups, you're looking at things like health and supply chain. But certainly we want to support those brick and mortars, those sole proprietorships, creatives, professional services companies as well. We need every business at every stage to have the resources they need to grow.
You know, a lot of times, especially entrepreneurship, can be kind of a solo venture. You know,
Yes.
like you feel like you're on an island.
Absolutely.
What are the activities and events that you guys provide to help, breed that community that you talked about?
Yeah, so we are actually launching some really exciting events in 2020. So think of those as sort of meetups where you can have some fellowship with other folks who are in the struggle with you, but also get connected to the folks who can be potential mentors or provide potential connections. So stay tuned for more information
Excellent.
about that here in the
Excellent.
next few weeks.
And so how are you going to measure your success? Like what all the programs and stuff that you are doing?
So we have a set of metrics that we are working on, we're finalizing, getting ready to release, but I can tell you a few things. So we want to help 100 small businesses become tech-enabled. We're getting to a point where technology is no longer an industry, it's a tool. And so every business needs to understand how to implement technology in some capacity in their business. So that's one of the things that we're looking to do. Also, we want to bring more capital to entrepreneurs who are looking to fundraise. So those are a couple of things, but we're going to release a full dashboard.
So if people are maybe established entrepreneurs and want to help, or newbie entrepreneurs and want some help, what do they need to do to get involved?
Yes, so we have something called wayfinding sessions. So you can come in, it's a 30-minute meeting, and what we do is we walk you through what's called your business model. So it's all the things that drive your revenue and your cost of the business in a very simple piece of paper with a bunch of blocks. So it just gives you a very simple way, rather than having that 20-page business plan, it's one piece of paper. And that's the first step. And then we walk you through a very streamlined process to just get you to the point where you're ready to launch that first version of your product or service.
Excellent.
All right, so it's your turn. Your turn for the
This is
monthly
a
question.
toughie for somebody who works with
I know,
entrepreneurs.
right? I mean, I feel a little bit like the last person where I'm like, I don't know if I can pick, but I will say one company that I really love is Grateful Grams. I think Rachel, as an entrepreneur as well, is a great addition to our community and what she's done with the Kitchen Collective and all the other entrepreneurs that she has helped. And that's really what it's about. It's about that entrepreneur who reaches that level of success where they can then give back and pull more entrepreneurs up the ladder. That's what we need to
And she
grow
has
the community.
definitely done that.
Absolutely. 40% of her alumni are in, standalone locations.
It's amazing.
So it's amazing.
And she makes some pretty good cookies, too.
They're very delicious.
That's right. All right, Britt, thanks so much. So nice to meet you. And thanks to all of our guests today. Next week, you want to do this on Thanksgiving?
No.
Do you have anything going on?
Yeah, I'm going back to Florida.
I want Jeremy's job. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, we're off next week because of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
But we will be back the following week. Don't you fret. We want to thank our title sponsor, CVG, once again. Our studio sponsor, the L&N Federal Credit Union, and all of today's guests, Roger and Megan from Master Provisions, Marilyn from Yankee Doodle Deli, Britt from Triad, and also the man with the plan back here, Ben Gastrite, back there, running the show, so we thank him for that. And again, you have jobs here, people. Subscribe on your favorite podcast network, YouTube or Vimeo, all of it, anything. Like us on Facebook, share us on Facebook if you want to do that, and make sure your friends who are interested in this area, if they love Northern Kentucky, they will love this too, so please share that, and hopefully we'll get the word out. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.